The ghost shelter secret. How people hid from thermal drones long before drones existed. Thermal drones don't see you. They see heat. And for most of human history, people learned how to disappear from heat without ever knowing the word infrared. That's the quiet truth behind the ghost shelter secret, and once you understand it, modern thermal tech suddenly feels a lot less magical. What follows isn't fantasy, and it isn't sci-fi. It's physics, history, and old survival thinking colliding in a way that still works today. Within seconds, you'll realize this isn't about hiding from machines. It's about how humans have always hidden from nature itself. Thermal imaging doesn't detect bodies, it detects temperature differences. That distinction matters more than most people realize. A thermal camera highlights contrast, not presence. Warm against cold, hot against cool. Break the contrast, and the image collapses into noise. Early hunters learned this instinctively. Soldiers learned it the hard way. Survivalists learned it by watching what worked and what got people caught. Long before drones, armies used infrared scopes in the early 20th century, and suddenly the rules of concealment changed. Camouflage wasn't enough anymore. Shape didn't matter if your heat betrayed you. The clever response wasn't to fight the technology, it was to confuse it. The core idea behind a ghost shelter is simple. You don't block heat. You slow it, spread it, and blend it. Ancient builders figured this out while trying to survive cold nights, desert heat, and enemy patrols. Earth, wood, stone, and layered fibers all share one critical trait. They absorb and delay heat transfer. That delay is everything. A human body produces constant warmth. If that warmth reaches open air too quickly, it becomes visible. If it leaks slowly into surrounding material, it loses its sharp signature. Instead of a bright human-shaped outline, you get a dull, ambient patch that looks like the environment. This wasn't theory, it was practice. Some of the most effective ghost shelters were underground, partially buried, or backed directly into earth. From ancient pit houses to First World War dugouts, people noticed something important. Earth doesn't just hide you visually, it stabilizes temperature. Soil stays relatively constant compared to air. That means body heat disperses into a massive thermal buffer. The ground absorbs warmth without glowing hot. To a thermal sensor, an earth-backed shelter doesn't scream human. It whispers background. World War I trench systems, well, they unintentionally demonstrated this. Early infrared detection really struggled to distinguish soldiers in deep dugouts because the earth absorbed and redistributed their heat. Troops near open trench edges were visible, but those deeper inside faded into thermal clutter. The lesson stuck, even if, few people explained it in modern terms. Blankets, cloaks, bedrolls and wall hangings weren't just about warmth. They were about control. Thick wool, animal hides, and layered textiles trap air. Trapped air slows heat movement. That means warmth stays close to the body instead of radiating outward in sharp waves. Nomadic groups sleeping in tents understood this deeply. The interior stayed warm, but the exterior often matched the surrounding temperature surprisingly well. Heat didn't rush out. It seeped. By the early 20th century, military manuals quietly emphasized insulating shelters over open fires. A fire was visible from miles away. A layered shelter with retained body heat was not. That's where the ghost effect begins. Here's the part most people miss. Fire ruins thermal concealment. Always has. Ancient scouts avoided open flames when enemies were near, not just because of light or smoke, but because fire creates violent heat contrast. Historical survival guides warned against night fires in contested zones. Instead, they favoured shared body heat, insulated walls and wind-blocked spaces. Even heated stones were used carefully, wrapped and buried so their warmth spread gradually. The smartest shelters weren't cold, they were quiet. Thermally quiet. Thermal cameras love human outlines, head, shoulders, limbs. That shape pops instantly when heat flows freely. Ghost shelters break that shape by interrupting airflow and smoothing temperature gradients. A low shelter, rounded interior surfaces and irregular walls scatter heat instead of projecting it outward. Ancient stone huts, turf houses and timber lean-tos all accidentally followed this rule. Straight lines and flat panels were rare. Organic shapes blended better. The result wasn't invisibility, it was ambiguity. And, ambiguity is survival. By the late stages of World War II, infrared detection was no longer experimental. Some units learned quickly that traditional camouflage failed at night. What worked instead was insulation, cover and terrain integration. Soldiers slept against embankments inside timber-reinforced holes or beneath layered roofing materials scavenged from rubble. Reports from the period note reduced detection when troops avoided exposed surfaces and shared enclosed spaces. There are no magic materials here, no futuristic tricks either. It's really just about understanding heat flow. That same understanding still applies today. This isn't about hiding from drones, it's about, understanding environments. Whether you're out camping, surviving harsh weather, or maybe studying historical fieldcraft, these principles remain practical and grounded. So, heat moves in ways we can predict. The materials you choose really make a difference. And, the way a shelter is designed, that actually shapes how heat behaves inside. People long ago, they didn't need fancy sensors to figure this out. They learned it the hard way, through success and, plenty of failure. The ghost shelter secret? It isn't some kind of loophole. Honestly, it's just a reminder that no matter how advanced our technology gets, it can't erase the laws of physics. What it really does is show who actually understands those laws. You know, the most impressive thing isn't just that these old methods still work today. It's that people discovered them without any equations or screens. Just careful observation, a bit of trial and error, and, well, memories quietly passed down through generations. Legacy survival knowledge wasn't flashy. It was effective. It respected limits. And, you know, it favoured subtlety over force. That mindset matters now more than ever. Understanding thermal behaviour helps you build better shelters, conserve energy, and, well, stay safer in extreme conditions. It sharpens awareness. It reconnects modern minds with ancient logic. And once you see the world in terms of heat, movement and balance, you never quite look at shelter the same way again. That's the real ghost effect. If you enjoyed uncovering this forgotten layer of survival history, make sure to like the video so it reaches others who value real knowledge over hype. Subscribe to Legacy of Survival for more true stories, old-world skills and practical wisdom that still holds up today. And if this made you think differently about shelter, share it with someone who should hear it. There's more waiting just ahead, and you won't want to miss it.